Thank you so much for inviting us to join today. It's always nice to connect with like the world outside of our apartment because we've seen a lot of that the past few months. Yeah, remembering that like the world still exists is a good thing. My name is Genevieve Barnard Oni, and I'm one of the co-founders of MDaas Global, along with this guy right here.
So my name is Oluwasoga Oni.
We're also married, so we're two of the 4 co-founding team members, and we right now are in Lagos, Nigeria, where we've been for the past couple of months. This is where our team, most of our team is based. We also have 1 co-founder who's in DC, and then a 4th co-founder who's here in Lagos with us. So we have a team of 4 altogether. Shoga and I both were at MIT, which is how we met Julia, and then also how we met Suraj and BonBillo. So I graduated from the MBA program last year, and I'm feeling grateful that my schooling ended in 2019 and not in 2020. And Shoga graduated from MIT back in 2016. We were both part of the Legatum Center Fellowship at MIT, which again is how, I think, how many years? It's been many years that we've known Julia at this point between me and Shoga, and then got to meet Suraj last year at an MIT pitch event, which was really cool. I love getting to have those interactions take place. And one thing that I really miss about being on campus is just getting a chance to meet so many great people through those types of events. And our company is called MDaas Global, and we are a healthcare company. We build and operate modern technology-enabled medical diagnostic centers focused on low and middle income patients, all here in Nigeria right now, but with the ultimate goal of expanding across the continent. So to date, we have 4 diagnostic facilities that we run. These are offering services like digital x-ray, ultrasound, ECG. We run over 200 different types of lab tests. And again, our whole goal with these facilities is to be bringing high quality diagnostics into communities that don't currently have great options, and also focusing on having very efficient technology enabled operations so we can keep our price points really low and affordable for our target market. As you can imagine, being a diagnostic company at this time is both a great thing and a very intense and stressful thing. So we can talk a little bit about what our lives have looked like and how they've been a little bit different from what we imagined at the beginning of this year. I don't know if do we first want to talk about origin story? Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
It's great to be here, and it's great to meet everybody virtually. Hopefully we can get to meet in person. Actually, I've seen a lot of emails from Suraj, but never met you before, so it's great to see you for the first time. Yeah, the style never aligned enough.
Good to see you too, Soga, finally.
I know.
Yeah.
It's real.
So back in 2015, or actually even 2014, I was taking some of my first classes at MIT. And one of the classes I took was this class called Development Ventures. And in that class, the whole goal was, try to create a business that can scale to 1 billion people. That was a challenge. So I formed a team around a very early version of what we do right now, which is the summer before that, I'd been home to Nigeria for the first time in a long time, and went through my dad's clinic and realized that one of the challenges he had was with getting great medical equipment, maintaining great medical equipment, and making sure they stay operational at all points. And so during that class, I was like, oh, let me just solve this problem that affects a lot of people like my dad. And I thought we could scale to 1 billion people. And so the way we set around doing it was we wanted to bridge the medical equipment gap by bringing excess equipment from places like Boston, which has a lot of people selling equipment on the secondary market, to places like Nigeria, where there's a huge need for them, and just make sure that we also kept those equipment operational. And that means that for every equipment we sold, we gave a service warranty for at least a year, and had like an in-house engineer that made sure that all the equipment stayed operational at all points in time. And that was something that was successful in its own way. For the first year, we built the business to become like a 100K, 150K business a year. But one of the challenges we started seeing was that the problem with healthcare in Nigeria wasn't just about equipment, it was something deeper than that. And that for most doctors like my dad, who see between 30 to 40 patients a day, most of the patients they see are low to middle income, and the numbers don't justify buying equipment that cost a lot of money. The numbers of patients they see, the amount of the money the patients are paying didn't justify. None of them would be able to reasonably make an investment, a $50,000 investment in a piece of equipment that they needed. And so that moved on, that knowledge and just seeing what the market signal was during that time moved us to a different model, which we believe will scale to more people, which is how about we centralize the equipment. We know what equipments are the most popular, we know what the need within the communities are. If we centralize and then convince all these doctors to refer their patients to us to do it, we might be able to aggregate enough demand within the community to justify paying $1,000 on a piece of equipment. And so that's what we did. So we launched our first diagnostic center in November of 2017. Pretty quickly, we saw a lot of traction. I think that we saw a lot of traction because of three key reasons. Number one is that because it was cheaper for us to build our centers than most people, we were able to deliver the services at a very, very affordable price. Two is that we focused a lot on the patient experience. People didn't expect to get the kind of service they got from us in a place like that for the price they were paying. They expected like a low quality service, and we give them something a lot more. And number three was that we focused a lot on the clinician experience. So it's not enough to provide a great experience for the patients. You also have to create a great experience for the doctors who are referring to you or the hospitals that are referring to you. And the way we did that was by just offering them speed. That means we're able to get the medical reports to them really, really quickly and give them a medical report they can trust, which is absolutely critical. And I think that because we're able to do all of those things, we're able to scale pretty quickly. And we parlayed the success of the first center into fundraise, and we were able to raise about $1 million. And with the $1 million now, we are building the next set of centers. And before COVID hit, we were building really rapidly. We did about 3 centers within 6 months. Then COVID hit, so we're taking a chill pill right now, for at least for the moment, before we see what next to do. So I think that's the story so far. You can talk about all of the COVID work we've done.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, so as of right now, like Shoga said, we've got our 4 facilities that are up and running. Fortunately, we were able to keep all 4 of them open throughout all of the lockdowns and all of this